Hi everybody, and welcome into this episode of Chamber Chat. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not familiar what Chamber Chat is an opportunity for us to get to know our members a little bit better. It doesn't cost our membership anything, and if you're not a member and you'd like to become a member, please reach out to us. So this is Chamber Chat, Members on the Move. This is really our first episode where we get out of the office, out of the chamber office, and go on site. And where am I at today? I am at the corner of Hanover Street and Kemp Road, and I am visiting McCormick Chiropractic. Let's go inside and let's meet Connor. Okay, everybody, let's head inside and meet Connor. All right, let's see what we got here. Welcome to McCormick Chiropractic.
Welcome, Dr. Connor McCormick.
How you doing?
Nice to see you. I'm doing well.
Nice to see you.
Come on in. Let me show you our Pottstown location.
Let's do it.
Don't mind, Danielle's working behind the front desk.
Hi, Danielle.
Here's our beautiful front desk. This is where everything happens here. She runs the show right there. Okay. We have our waiting room as you come in.
Looks very comfortable.
We have ergonomic chairs.
That doesn't surprise me.
See, and actually recently updated, brand new carpeting. Come on over. Here's our treatment room. We have 3 adjusting bays, table 1, table 2, and table 3.
All right, so let's take a few moments and take a look at this here, right? So you got table, it doesn't matter what they're labeled, right?
That table that you're zooming in on, that one right there is actually a flexion extension table for low back, lumbar spine disc cases.
Okay.
And then table 3, table 2, table 1 respectively. As you pan across the room.
Mm-hmm. They're all adjustment tables?
All adjustment tables,
okay.
State of the art. We like, there's one guy that builds these tables specifically for our office and other offices in the region.
Oh, really?
Yep, they're high quality. His father built them before him, and almost like a family business.
Interesting, yeah.
Behind you have our tractioning room, or we do some cervical rehab.
Go ahead in. Yeah.
Yep.
Show me around.
We use these for some exercises and some other therapies in this room. We have some other product and pillows.
Very nice.
Yes. I'll walk you back around the back side of the office. We have about 12 staff. About 5 chiropractors on staff. I work with my father, Dr. Leo McCormick.
Okay.
And
I think we're going to get into that in a little while. That's a family business. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes,
Love
sir.
It.
Restroom, not so important. Come on back.
Well, it would be important to some if they need it, right?
That is true.
So what's this on the wall here, if you don't mind?
This is our organization chart that just gives the rundown of exactly what everyone does in the practice. So
that's great. Yeah.
We are very organized, as you see, and it allows for everything to be very specific. People know their roles. We know how to run the office.
And I would imagine that translates incredibly well to patient experience, right?
Very much so. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It allows for organization roles for employees, and it allows for a smooth flowing process when you do come into the office. And that's a big thing that patients do remark. You guys are like a well-oiled machine when we come in. They feel very taken care of because of that. There's no blip. And we train a lot too because of that.
That's great.
Come on over here. You see our first exam room, room number 1.
I'm just going to poke into here real quick. So tell me what happens if here. So somebody who's not aware of chiropractic care or what it's all about, what happens in here?
Absolutely. So when you come for your first appointment, it's just really a conversation in the beginning. There's no commitment to care. We come in here, we chat, we say, hey, what's going on with you? Essentially, can I help you? And this is where we figure this out. This is all the information gathering process in the first visit or so. And we figure out really what's going on, your story, why you're feeling the way you are. We have some tools we like to utilize from an objective measuring standpoint to kind of figure out why you're feeling like you are and how can we help, right? After this, I'll I won't shoot you into room number 2. Exam room 2 looks just like exam room 1, but I'll bring you back to our state-of-the-art digital x-ray system.
All right. Wow, I feel like I'm going into the VIP area.
This is,
here. Yeah.
You can come on back. This is where we do
Okay.
take posture photos. We line you up. Exactly. You see
Wow,
right
look
where
at me. So for those here, so I was stepped. I did my due diligence there. Stepped right on the spot.
we line you up. What's really nice about this is we can compare your posture photos to what your x-rays look like.
Okay.
Come on back with me. Recently updated, we have a brand new digital x-ray machine. Allows us, if needed, if necessary, we will take some films to assess structure of the spine and how we can best take care of you.
This is great. Very state of the art.
It is very, very nice. We take very good films and we take pride in our films.
That's awesome.
Come
And it's
on.
all, you say film, but is it all digital?
It's all digital.
It's all
so I
digital.
say film, but
Back in the day, it used to be film.
very much so.
Yes.
And I'm used to processing those. Come on with
Yes.
me.
Oh, we should chat about that because I'm in the film as well, like
Oh.
real film.
No, so then you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
the difference. You see, that's actually Dr. Darrell back there in the
Okay.
room. He's
Hi, doctor.
hard at work.
Hello?
How are
I'm
you?
on film now?
You are. Yes. You're on film. You're on digital. Whatever you want to call it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm glad that you're here and glad you can see our office. And of course, if you have any questions anytime, feel free to call us or email. We're easy in contact with.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks for taking a moment to say hello.
Typically back here, thank you, Dr. D. Typically back here, we've got the office manager, Lisa, sits at that big desk. And then we have Christine, my mother, the office manager.
Oh,
right
cool. Yes.
there. All right.
Family biz, which we'll talk about again.
Absolutely.
So lots of charts on the wall.
Lots
back
of
there.
charts.
Lots of charts.
We track statistics,
Love it.
and we like to. If you're not tracking, you don't know what you're checking. So
Correct.
come on back here. This is our report room. This is just where we will go over, show X-rays, show the results of the examination process and everything like that. And we use this for other things too as well, but mainly for that.
Okay.
All right.
Very good. Well, let's take just a few moments and chat with Connor. We're going to learn a little bit more about chiropractic care, and we're also going to talk about family history with the office.
Excellent.
Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, welcome back to Chamber Chat, Members on the Move. We just took a very brief tour of McCormick Chiropractic, and now we just wanted to sit down and chat for a few moments. So, Connor, I know it's a family business. Would you mind telling me a little bit how it got started, what the legacy is?
Absolutely. Yeah, it started back, actually, my great uncle, Joe, was a chiropractor, and he inspired my father to become a chiropractor, and my father inspired me. So we're third generation chiropractors. I'm going to go on a tangent here. My brother, my sister, my aunt and uncle, my father, we're all in the business together. Actually, my aunt is our office manager. My mother helps train people in the office. So it is very much a family business. We've been in practice for about 30 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've grown to three, technically 4 different locations in the area, and it's fun. I love it. That's fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. 30 years is a long time. You hear about family businesses, and typically, if you go from generation to generation, sometimes other family members don't want to be in the business, so you lose that continuity there, and unfortunately the business goes out of business. So
Yeah.
that's awesome that you're right here in North Coventry, in the area, part of the chamber membership, ready to help serve. So that's awesome.
Yeah, honestly, we see that with a lot of farmers too, trying in the area, trying to pass down what they've built, and it's something we've talked about recently, especially as we grow. We recently opened up a location in Berwyn with my sister and I, as trying to keep the legacy going. And my little brother works in Limerick, right off of Old
cool.
422.
Nice, very nice. So for those who aren't familiar with chiropractic care, why does somebody need to come to you for just open it up and tell me why? Please.
Absolutely. So I'll hit this with kind of a two-parter. I'm going to address why someone might need chiropractic care and then why someone might come to us, because it might be a little different. Chiropractic care varies depending on the practitioner you go to and how the technique they use. There's thousands of different techniques. Specifically, my buddy Rob up on the main line, he sees cases with Parkinson and some very interesting neurodegenerative diseases, things like that. Us here, we're a bit more of a family practice. So why you might see a chiropractor can vary depending on age and how you're feeling. Some people just focus on pain. Others, like ourselves, we actually focus more on the structure of the spine and how to most efficiently keep you moving, doing what you want to do, whether it be CrossFit or just 5Ks on the weekend.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know, and I'll share with the audience, I've been a benefactor of chiropractor care for some time. Typically, could just go in for maintenance, but I can tell you, it's a huge help to me. So for somebody who's interested, right, they'll reach out to you, and of course we'll provide your contact information. Take me through what like that initial conversation would be like, and what are some of the things that you look for? I know we briefly took a tour of the office, and you have X-rays and all that, but walk me through the conversation if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So I'll give you a case. I'll give you two cases actually that we just had, one today and one yesterday. In our Elverson clinic, we saw someone with sciatica who's expecting twins. That's exciting. And they contacted the office. You can either call or text. All of the phone numbers at the office, this business text line we have set up. You'll talk to Rebecca or Danielle, our front desk, and they'll set you up for a first visit, which the fee can vary depending on what you have going on. And we do take most insurances. So,
I was going to ask that. Thank you.
Yes. Please come with your card. During the first visit, it's a conversation. It's just opening up, hey, can we help you? Because some people come in with all sorts of different conditions, neck pain, low back pain, sometimes just posture. They want to move better. They want to feel better. They don't want to end up with the dreaded Dowinger's hump, that curl forward, right? Especially text neck that we see hunched forward with technology being so prevalent nowadays. So they come in, you sit down, you chat, about 20 to 30 minute chat about, hey, how can we help? What do you have going on? Then we assess, do we need more imaging? We do some objective testing, we get some measurements, because if you're not tracking it, if you don't have numbers to put to it, you don't know whether it's improving or not. And we want to see improvement. If we don't see improvement, we refer you out to someone else who we think you can better help you. After that first visit, we set you up for another. We don't typically adjust on the first visit. We set you up for another report, which again is about a half hour. Maybe the day after, maybe the same day, which allows us to go over your case. We sit down as a clinic. Our clinicians all kind of gather together. Hey, what do you want to do with Mary Sue? And how do you want to best take care of them? And we come up with a plan of action. And we have a game plan of what you need to do, what we need to do, exercises, so on and so forth, what insurance picks up, what it doesn't. And then we go from there. And then typically, well, at least for the past 30 years, we get really great results. Most of our patients are referrals from other patients. So.
Okay. So when you find that someone's under chiropractic care, do they typically come in once a week, every other week, once a month? It probably varies, I would imagine, right?
It does.
Individual? Yeah.
It does. Like some disc cases might need daily for that first week, and then twice a week, and then once a week, so on and so forth. So it varies greatly. Depending on what you have going on, how severe it is, how long it's been going on for, and how you're functioning, and your goals too. Like I just had someone come in, we saw them in a more acute phase because their goal was to run a marathon. So we were throwing the book at it and leading up into that marathon, and then we came into more like a protection plan, more protective care after the fact until we got them over that hump, because their goal was to be able to function 100% up until that point. So you're right, it just varies. It's so different depending on age, your history, and whether it be, we do also accept, we have about 1% of our practice is personal injury cases and auto cases. So that'll also change depending, because they're usually in more discomfort if they've had a slip, trip, and fall at their work or anything like that.
Okay. I was going to ask another question, and it kind of left my mind, because as you were talking, you talk about all these like different phases. I guess once you're done adjusting, like what's the patient's responsibility from there? I know like stretching and even nutrition is an important part of it. Talk me through that as well, if you don't mind, please.
Absolutely. Honestly, what I do here is I really don't do much. what I do is allow your body to work the way it's designed, right? So we remove the interference. We give you some modifications maybe to your the way you're moving or the way you're exercising. We modify it, and we modify the way you move so that you move more efficiently. And by removing interference within the nervous system, your body functions more optimally. So, of course, I'm only with you 1% of your day. You're with you, well, the other 100% of your day, hopefully.
100%, yeah.
Hopefully. So nutrition, sleep, hydration, there's health is there's so many avenues that make a health, not just one thing. You could come in here and get adjusted, and I could probably make you feel better from whatever you have going on. But if you're eating Snicker bars for every breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for every meal, you're going to have to modify nutrition. It makes a big difference. Or we have, a patient, if he's working 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're only going to be able to do so much, maintain or at least reduce the amount of load that he has on. He's got to reduce his workload, or at least getting through that point until he's maybe not working two jobs.
Right.
So nutrition is key. We hit that. We go over a lot of exercises. Most of the time, people are pretty good. They're doing at least some form of exercise. It's modifying really what they're doing. And when I say modifying, I want to be clear. Movement is life. It's not about restricting. It's about maybe modifying how you're doing it, or at least making it more efficient, so that you're maybe doing it in a manner that's more effective.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's a lot of what I do, I think.
Sure. And again, everybody's different. It's I keep saying that, but that is the truth. And I think what fits for one doesn't fit for the other. So that's why you come in and where you come into play to make those strong recommendations. So.
Yeah, and what makes us unique too, you have access to 5 different clinicians. Everyone's different, but we do have a pretty standard of how we treat people, different technique-wise, but you might jive with one clinician more than the other, so you have that at your hands that you really prefer someone else taking care of you within the clinic, and you can also have that too as well, which is nice.
Nice. Well, before we sat down here, you were starting to pull up something on the computer, so I'm going to cut away, and then you're going to give us a tour of some stuff on the computer, maybe some stuff that a patient and you would go through, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's go. All right, everybody, so we're back with Connor. Connor is going to show us some stuff on the computer box here. So take it away. I'm off camera, but I'm still with you.
So something really interesting that makes us unique is we focus on structural corrective care. So really what that means, if we do need to take x-rays or extra imaging, we can see here's a side view of a neck. We can see how that neck looks, and we can compare. This is just a normal lateral cervical side view of your neck picture that we will compare. And when you're under care, I wish everyone's neck looked like this. When you're under care, i.e. we can see first view here, let's say you have some degeneration in that lower portion of that neck, this is after about 2 to 3 months of care, we're going to retake those films. We want to see improvement. And that's exactly what we see in this patient. A pretty big change. They had about 4-degree curve up top, and it changed about 28.7. We're looking for 30 degrees up top for those angles. This is the perfect curve line. We see this neck just objectively is shifting forward, almost along that perfect curve line. A really good post change, even with someone with rather significant degeneration.
So just to orient folks here real quick, because I'm looking at this thing and it looks exactly the same, but this is the back of the head, right? And This is the front. Do I have that correct?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep, exactly right.
Thank you.
And here's another one that's even, I think, easier to check. This is about 2 to 3 months in care. They're shifting. You can see it look like 422. That curve. This is a front to back view of the spine.
Thank you. Yep, front to back. Yep.
Here's the head, body coming down this way, and here's the post view after their about 3 months of care.
Wow.
Yeah, the same person.
Huge difference.
A huge difference. You can see even if you're not familiar with looking at X-rays, not so good 422, a lot straighter. So that's the kind of correction, the change we get. And these were just happened to some that we wanted to laminate because they were very good correction.
Sure.
And we use state-of-the-art software that we can really kind of hone in. This is my film. We can hone in on the X-ray. We can...
I'm getting a little bit of reflection here, but I hope everybody can see that. That's all right. Go ahead.
this is my view, we can really use tools to compare and contrast the film and see exactly what we need to see with the tools we have at hand. But we like to not rely on technology, but use it to the best of our ability.
That's great. So at this point, then, when I came in earlier and I stood in the 2 feet marks on the mat there, those are the X-rays that you would take, and then you would analyze those with me after you develop them. Correct?
That's exactly right. And what I find is very interesting, and a thing we do here as well, we'll do gait analysis. We also have it's thermography, but it's not thermography in that sense that people are used to. It's a nerve scan to check to see heat differentials on the skin. We can compare those findings. We can compare our posture photos that we took with earlier to compare, because it's a lot easier to look at yourself besides the X-ray, because you're used to looking at yourself, and you can compare that to the X-ray and get an idea. Oh, that's how that shoulder is rotating. Oh, that's why my TMJ, my jaw pain is acting up, because my head's all cockeyed to that side. So sometimes it's easier to look at a picture rather than this film, because most people don't stare at film all day unless you're a radiologist.
And how many X-rays do you typically take? I know you just showed 1 or 2 there, but how many do you typically take?
Just depends. Some people come in, they only need 1 or 2. Typically when you take films, you always have to take opposing views. So if you have low back pain, we're going to take at least 2 films to compare front and back. But it just depends.
Okay.
We have special, I know some people might be worried about radiation in the films. We have special speed films that reduce the radiation about 1/8 of what you typically get, and we do take less films than, say, if you were to go into Pottstown Hospital. We take about 1/4 of the films as you would if you got a full workup at Pottstown Hospital. So
okay, great.
We take extra precaution, and we love what we do. We do really good work.
Well, let's take a few moments and talk about what you have coming up. All right, well, thanks, Connor, for showing us those X-rays and showing us what you do on the computer there. So you have some events coming up that you wanted to discuss. So go ahead, floor is yours.
Absolutely. I want to shout out to Chris Lurch for giving me the idea. Right around the pandemic, he came up with a We Love Our Small Businesses campaign with 422 Sportsplex, and we're running our small one right now. It's called We Love Our Small Businesses, and several small businesses in the area we're partnering with. They donated some of their swag, some gift cards, and we are promoting them within our practice and to our patients. And our patients have an opportunity to win some of that gear and some gift cards.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a good way between businesses to kind of say, hey, these guys, these are who we like. They're wonderful people. Please check them out. It's good to shop local. A huge percentage of the pot, you get sevenfold on your money's back when you put it back into the community, into a local business, as opposed to buying something on Amazon or Walmart. So I think it's really important, especially being the chamber, as you guys know, doing something like that. So
that's awesome. We love when businesses work together on that. It's such a cool collaboration. Yeah. So go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we found it really successful. Patients love it, and they love checking out new businesses in the area that are growing. So a big shout out to, I'll just go down the list.
Yeah, please.
Be Healthy Naturally Massage, Becky Busby, she's wonderful. The Beekeepers Cafe, brand new coffee shop right in North Country.
Yes.
Love. Fitness 1440, they're wonderful. They're right up the road. North End Florist, Valentine's Day, it's coming up. Keystone Running Store, they just recently moved. They were in the shopping center right up the way, and they changed their name. So you might be unfamiliar with Keystone, but that is their new name.
And they're also, if we could tell them where they moved, they're on the corner of High and Hanover there, right?
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Okay. Piccolo Mundo, Bon Appetit. Giovanni's 724. Essentially Blessed Elderberry, that's Kate. She makes wonderful homemade elderberry syrup, which is good during the wintertime, cold and flu season.
Sounds good.
We sell that in the office, and Bob's Local Honey. There's also Renew You Counseling and Wellness. They're wonderful for therapy for kiddos. And T7 Moving and Transportation, and we've got a whole nother list, but they're just the ones I was able to jot down before we met. And we'll be doing that. If you come in, or if you refer anyone in our practice, you get entered to win. If you come in for a visit, you get entered to win any of those gift cards. And they're wonderful people, wonderful businesses, so please support local. One more thing I want to touch on: we have many seminars in our practice. Typically Tuesdays at 6:30, or we'll do lunch and learns with the community and patients. The next one upcoming is February 28th. It's a Tuesday at 6:30. It's about why we can't sleep. So you might know, yourself might be included.
Can't turn it off, right?
Right? It's just running. Well, we'll find out. It's you might know someone or yourself who maybe you're not unable to sleep. If you want to sign up, please call our front desk or text our front desk, 610-705-0201, and they can get you scheduled for that. It's pretty limited. We only have about 4 or 5 more spots left on that one, but it's going to be wonderful. It's going to, with Dr. Darrell. There's going to be a bunch of good information of how you can sleep better.
Nice. And we'll put some of that information below, so if folks want to reach out, they certainly can. Connor, anything else you'd like to share? This has been a great episode. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, no problem. I'd just like a shout out to the Chamber. You guys are amazing for hosting something like this. And you too, Bill. There's a lot of effort into something like this. And
a little bit.
we appreciate it. So we appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for doing something like this. We are running a special during the month of February. If you're a new patient and you saw this video, usually it's $190 for workup the first day for X-rays or any imaging, things like that. It'll be only $25. So if you call the office and tell them that you heard me or you know Bill, and we'll honor that.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. And again, we'll provide all the information down below so folks can reach out to you. But again, Connor, thank you so much for taking the time today. Appreciate it.
No problem. I appreciate you, and thanks for coming.
Sure thing. So folks, if this is the first time you're tuning in, again, thank you so much for either listening or watching Chamber Chat. Please be sure to subscribe and like. I know that sounds very cliche, but it does help us measure engagement. Also helps the algorithm and push this out to more folks. This is a great opportunity to showcase our members of the Chamber at absolutely no cost. Typically, you might be at a business card exchange where you just kind of hand cards and you have a 5-minute opportunity to really get to know somebody's business, but you really don't get a chance to know somebody's business. This is a good opportunity to know businesses a little bit better through Chamber Chat. Again, costs the membership absolutely nothing. So please reach out if you'd like to be on one of our future episodes. You can email podcast@TriCountyAreaChamber.com. And again, you can even share this video, comment on the video if you've been under Connor's care and you have enjoyed the chiropractic care you're receiving. Give him a thumbs up, say hello. However you want to engage would be greatly appreciated. So for those who don't know me, my name is Bill Vitiello. I'm the Director of Institutional Relationships for the Victory Bank in Limerick. And until we connect again, all my best. Bye for now.
For more information, visit www.mccormickchiro.com, email clmm.mccormick@gmail.com, or call 610-705-0201.